Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka and in this video I'll be covering about what shell sort is with the help of an example, its significance, its time complexity and space complexity. So let's start. Shell sort is a modification in insertion sort. It can also be called as a generalized version of insertion sort. It was done by Donald Shell in 1959. So let's see what insertion sort is, what all problem does it has that was solved by shell sort. So let's suppose this is an input array having elements 18, 30, 21, 10, 5, 34, 19, 26, 12, 7. This is an unsorted array with size of the array is 10. So what insertion sort does is basically divides the array into two parts, sorted and unsorted. So the first element is considered to be a sorted array. Here 18 is a sorted array. The elements of the unsorted array is compared to the element of the sorted array. So 30 is compared to 18. Since 18 is smaller than 30, its position will not change. So 18 and 30 both will be a part of the sorted array and remaining will be the unsorted array. Again 21 will be compared to the elements of the sorted array and 21 will be placed between 18 and 30 and 30 will be shifted to a right to its right position. So 18, 21, 30, this is a sorted array. Again 10 will be compared. 10 will be placed in the first position of the sorted array. So this will be the sorted array. And 18, 21 and 30 are shifted to the right position. So this is how insertion sort works, and remaining all the unsorted elements will also be compared to the sorted array elements like we did. So we can observe here that there in insertion sort there's a problem that it requires many number of comparisons and number of swappings are very more. So Donald Shell came up with the modification in insertion sort which was called shell sort, which is basically a gap based method. So shell sort divides the array into subarrays and the elements for a subarray are selected from the input array which are k position distinct, where k is the gap of the gap sequence. So here we take gap sequence to be n by 2, n by 4, n by 8 and so on, and we proceed until the gap is 1. So initially we take gap is equal to n by 2, which is 10 by 2, that is 5. So gap is 5. So in pass 1, there are 5 subarrays and each subarray consists of 2 elements. So the elements in the gray box, wait, let's take a laser pointer. So the element in the gray box 18 and 34. This is the element in the first subarray. So both 18 and 34 are compared, and since 18 is smaller than 34, its position will not differ. So it will not swap. It will remain in the same position. So then in second subarray, 30 and 19. These two will be compared. Since 19 is smaller than 30, it will be swapped. So 19 will come in 30's position and 30 will be in 19's position. So again, similarly in third subarray, 21 and 26 will be compared. 21 is less than 26, so it will not be swapped. It is already sorted. Then in fourth subarray, 10 and 12. Since 10 is less than 12, it will not swap. Again in fifth subarray, 5 and 7. The elements are again sorted, so it will not swap. So after first pass, we have an array, a little bit sorted array than the input array. So in the second pass, the gap will become n by 2. Again, sorry, gap will become n by 4. That is previous gap divided by 2, which is 5 by 2, which is 2.5. So floor of 2.5 is 2. So the gap in second pass is 2. So in pass 2, there will be two sublists, each having two elements. The elements in the first subarray are at position 18, 21, are at index 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8, which are elements 18, 21, 5, 30, 12. So these elements in the first subarray will be sorted using insertion sort. So after sorting, this is this array we get. So in next sublist, which is 19, 10, 34, 26, 7, these elements in the sub array will also be sorted using insertion sort. So after pass 2, this is the array we get, which is more sorted than the previous than in the previous pass. So after 2 passes, we get a highly sorted array. Then in pass, this is the array we obtain. Then in pass 3, the gap is n by 8, which is previous gap by 2, which is 2 by 2, which is 1. So in pass 3, the gap is 1. So in gap 1, all the elements will be compared to each other. So we observe here that all the elements are sorted, only 12 and 10 are not sorted. Only these positions need to be swapped. So 10 would be swapped with 12. So after swapping, this is the array we get. 10 and 12 are swapped. In this last pass, the shell sort works as the insertion sort, exactly as insertion sort. But the only difference is that it requires very less number of swaps. As the gap keeps on decreasing, the array keeps on sorting. So as we can say that the in when the subarray has fewer elements, initially the subarray we can see initially the subarray had the 18, 34, 30, 19, there were less comparisons and less swappings. So the time complexity was less. In when the array has more elements like 19, 10, 34, 26, 3, 7, the array was more sorted. So it required less time complexity. The time complexity of shell sort depends on the gap sequence used for the input array. If we take the original gap sequence, that is n by 2, n by 4, n by 8 and so on, the complexity comes out to be order of n square, which is the worst case. But if we take a better gap sequence, we can get a better time complexity and the algorithm may perform better. The gap sequence, the best gap sequence is not known till now. But the best case of the algorithm, when the gap sequence taken is n by 2, its time complexity is order of n log n. And we come to the space complexity. Since shell sort doesn't require any extra space during the working of the algorithm, so its space complexity is constant, which is order of 1. So this is all about shell sort. Thank you.